we weren't going to have John on in order to just go ahead and, blast him the whole time. I wanted to have him on because I don't know if you guys know, he got canceled.
That's rough.
He got canceled by none other than, not by me, by YouTube. YouTube shut him down overnight. And, obviously I'm very much against what these guys are selling, clearly. I wish they wouldn't sell it. I want to prevent people from buying these courses, but you can't pick and choose who you're happy gets deplatformed. And I think if you're going to deplatform somebody, if YouTube's like, that's the route they want to go, you have to give people 3 strikes. And the story is that John Crestani was not given 3 strikes. He just got obliterated from the show. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but this is very similar to another YouTuber, Leafy, which he was like kind of this YouTuber who just basically memes on people. And YouTube shut him down.
Wow. There's a guy named Mumkey. Do you know Mumkey?
Yeah.
I did a podcast with his buddy Asterios, and but Mumkey was like, it was like 200,000 subs, wasn't it? And
it was huge. Dude, this guy's channel was like 4 million. And here's the thing. Look, if your thing is like, you've got to obey our community guidelines, I get it. But give people strikes. That's the whole purpose of the system. And the same thing happened with old Johnny, Rax Crestani. They didn't give him a strike. And even for me, someone who hates these ads, I think these guys are such scumbags for running these ads and preying on young people. I still think, dude, you got to give a person a chance, man. You got to give them a chance.
Yeah, the cancels are weird, man. And I always think that we're gonna stop doing this whole canceling people thing, or like just pretending that people don't exist. But even the Joe Rogan stuff we're talking about earlier, he goes to Spotify. They took down like 50 conservative episodes. Guys.
Whoa. You're okay. Okay, that's where we want to go. I like it.
It's a similar thing, right? But this is where in the culture, what is this attitude of like, we just have to take your video off? No question, no.
Pump the brakes here, Amish. Pump the brakes and give people some backstory with what happened, because you're just, I know what's going on, but the people don't. Let's talk about
jumped in there.
Joe McRogan.
Yeah. Joe Rogan, who we were talking about earlier, like one of the things that happened to him, I feel like this happened to him a lot too. Now, these might be 2 different things. Like this might be with Crestani, might be a financial issue versus with Joe Rogan. A lot of his conservative episodes got taken down by Spotify. Like when they switched him over from YouTube over to Spotify, there's a Reddit thing that we saw where they took out like 50 of his episodes that were with conservatives. So whether it's like this weird financial thing or it's that, like, I just don't like this whole like pretend it doesn't exist. Like take it off, erase it, no question, no, you know what I mean? Like you have these fans and it's weird. I don't know. Like,
well, here's the thing, Amish, if you don't stick up for the person getting canceled now, you'll later on, when especially the deplatformings, especially when it's like just all at once, when you get deplatformed, who's going to help you out? You know what I mean? And so it's like, dude, John Crestani, dude, he's like hilarious. He's a meme, but he's stealing people's money. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if we're going to shut down these gurus ads, I agree with it, but shut them down like, and allow people to change their content. Does that make sense? Like you allowed it for 8-10 years. Tell them you're changing things. Change it. Do the right thing. Change the ad guidelines. But then move from there, right? And so it's like, that's what I get frustrated about.
The pickup artists just got hit with this because it was a big storm in the pickup artist industry because a lot of them were getting canceled or videos were getting demonetized, whatever. So a couple of these companies, they just rebranded as like men's life coaches. So I think with Crestani, he might have to maybe switch or do some kind of like, I guess they took those videos down for some reason. And he's just gonna have to play like some kind of game of like, okay, was it this word? Was it this word? And just try to censor himself until he's not canceled anymore, I guess, right? Because it's not like a full cancel. They just took down a bunch of his videos.
This is the thing, like YouTube's so reactionary. You know what I mean? They're so reactionary, and I don't know. Like somebody just put in the chat that this guy Thunderfoot, who does something similar to what I do, he's about to get eliminated from YouTube.
What? Thunderfoot?
All because he's a university research scientist, created a video debunking a coronavirus conspiracy, it's removed by YouTube, the appeal's rejected, he's one strike away from being completely removed. Dude, here's my thing. These platforms are too big, and it's like the deplatforming thing just doesn't seem like it's working, man. Like,
yeah, it doesn't seem like it's working.
That's my thing.
What's the point of this? Like, the way to deal with this is don't get outraged by it. Like, Alex Jones got deplatformed, but because these people made such an outrage, like everyone got together and like protested, I guess YouTube, all these people, whatever. But it's like, that's where he gets all his credibility. Alex Jones's credibility comes from pissing off people on the left. So when you get together and hide him like that, or like get him deplatformed, I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll see what happens. But it just seems like his following is going to even more feel like, oh my God, now there must be something.
Well,
like, are they just going to make a wild platform, like a huge platform of their own now?
It's just always a bad look, Amish, when you're shutting down free speech. The reason that I go after these, like, I'll go after COVID conspiracies, but I'm not going to tell you guys, hey, don't go watch this, or hey, this is bad, don't pay attention. Look, you should be allowed to look at things, think things, and, go through that process yourself. Now, do I think these things are misleading? Sure. All these things. But that's the whole point. We can have a disagreement at that point. Let's have a disagreement at that level, not like, hey, we're going to tell you what you should be allowed to watch. That's what I don't. It's just people say, oh, it's a slippery slope fallacy. But when people are just being removed over and over from the platform, you're like, okay, well, how many times makes a rule? Yeah.
And also put up your video. Like, this is a big thing, even for the last couple of years with Joe Rogan. I know people sending me articles from The Atlantic. The Surfs did a diss video on him. And I guess, I don't know if the Surfs were calling for Joe Rogan to get canceled, but
who are the
Atlantic?
Surfs? I don't know who the Surfs are.
They're like this YouTube channel. They're very like lefty, communist, whatever.
They sound
I think
like
they're into communism. And they basically did a diss video on Joe Rogan, but they're not even like the majority. I'd say like, I think The Atlantic did like a Joe Rogan is the dark web and here's how he's problematic and all this stuff. It's like, hey, you go on too. I get it. He put on these right-wing people, and now Spotify's just going to erase all those. But
Amish, what's wrong with putting on some right-wing people?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like, so who cares if you put them on? You go on too. All these left-wing people, they didn't go on.
You go on
for so long. They were just.
I'm for saying that this guy's an idiot. He's selling misinformation. I'm for that. I'm for you've got to go heated. You got to get heated with it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But this whole thing of like, anyway, we're going to go on too long about this. We're going to get way too far into it. But suffice it to say, Joe Rogan has a bunch of episodes missing from Spotify. Now, people are saying that they couldn't upload all the episodes at once. They're going to get uploaded eventually.
Oh, you think it's a conspiracy? I could see that too.
Well,
I could see someone being like, oh, the conservative
weird thing is that it's not like episodes 500 to 1 were missing.
Right.
It's like specific episodes and seemingly from controversial people. I'm not surprised. Are you surprised that they did this? I'm not surprised.
I think, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think someone at Spotify, some CEO or whatever, is like, let's just not upload it. There's like 3,000 episodes. And now this came out and they're like, oh, no, we just forgot a couple. So they'll just upload it now, probably. Like maybe some Spotify people were like, hey, maybe we can avoid a little bit of a backlash or whatever. Yes. And then it's just going to come through. Because I don't think Joe Rogan would sign a deal where they're allowed to censor him. No way, man. Right. It doesn't sound like him. It doesn't sound like his personality. So
yes.
Maybe they're fucking with it. Just like DrDisrespect. I mean, Dr. Disrespect gets the Twitch videos he's making still. He's like, I'm hurt inside. They don't tell him anything.
Dude, we weren't planning to talk about the Dr. Disrespect stuff, but maybe we should. What do you think, Amish? Like, this was kind of crazy, right? Like
it fits the theme to me.
Yeah, it fits. Okay, we're gonna call an audible here and talk about Dr. Disrespect real quick. Because this guy, he gets canceled. Again, the no warning thing is what bothers me. If you want to run a platform, you want to have your own rules, like you want to do your thing. Okay, I guess, right? Like, but you got to tell people, you got to communicate with these people who are literally, it's not like it used to be where it wasn't a job. This is people's jobs. This is their livelihood. They're putting all their eggs into these baskets. And it's like, as a platform, you have to respect that.
Yeah, there's no respect for the worker. It's kind of like Uber, actually. Like they Ubered Hollywood. Hollywood made their own content, had to give everyone insurance and all this like benefits, whatever. They've Ubered Hollywood, and now they don't want to pay the benefits. They don't want to treat the people who make all the content with any respect. They're just being.
That's almost exactly what it's like. Uber for a long time was calling everyone independent contractors, and basically, and they still are, and basically saying, "Oh yeah, you guys don't actually get treated like employees," even though people are treating it like a full-time job. It's sort of a lot the same. Yeah, I get that. All right, let's hear this DrDisrespect thing.
Oh, this is a Nintendo ad. I only get scam ads
right now.
Let's hear this.
About how I've been really feeling about everything. I've played sports my whole life. I've been in high-pressure situations, free throws, a game on the line, obviously streaming in front of tons of people with the game on the line and knockdown. Man, oh man, I'm telling you right now, we lived a good life, okay? And I'm telling you, I've never dealt with anxiety before. I never have. I'm usually just like, excuse me.
And he's in this context is he's talking about like after Twitch, this guy, he can't deal with it.
Move aside, move along. You know, we sort of overcome a lot of stuff in the past, right? And we've gotten to such a good point, ladies and gentlemen, Champions Club. We got to such a good point. I mean, I'm talking all cylinders firing. The conscious just feels. I'm
just going to say this right now. This is going to be the drip in like 12 months. We're going to be all cylinders firing.
Yes, please.
We're not there yet, so but that's going to be us.
Overcome a lot of.
Honestly, he's the funniest guy.
Stuff. Club. We got to such a good point. I mean, I'm talking all cylinders firing. The conscious just feels extremely just incredible. And then to have that taken away from you and to not know why and to not know anything about it, not to be told nothing. Boom. Taken, grabbed. Everything we built, all the eggs in one bucket. Boom, taken away. The fact that I am here live on YouTube, it's.
So that's most of what he talks about. He talks about YouTube, whatever, but basically he can't move on from this Twitch ban. Because he's not been given reasons. It's not like transparent. There's no process. There's no due process. So that's what I'm saying about Cristani. I wanted to give him a chance to talk about it, but apparently he's too busy right now. Whatever.
Too busy.
Show some respect. But anyways.
But our surprise guest is going through kind of a situation. Like he's going through a bit of a situation too. So like that'll be an interesting talk. We've got
another surprise guest for you boys. If you want to
put a replacement for you guys.
Put your guesses in chat. The person who gets the first guess right gets to come on the first Discord call.
Sham Sharma, 8 years of
Let's see. Twitch was your career, Tom Nash says. What's up, Tom? That can crush your soul. True, dude. Exactly.
Yeah, it can crush your soul. 100%.
Like if I got taken off YouTube, that's my thing. I built Coffee Break up. Then I decided to do this. I built this up. Like. This is what I do.
Yeah, it's your job. And I mean, dude, you know, back in the day, like, you know, James Cameron, he's a film director. He would get into fights with execs, and then he'd go and like steal footage and do this wild shit because it's like you put your life into something, and someone's not going to come and take it away. It's done a certain way. It's got to be correct. It's got to be right. And it's like, what are you doing to me? Like, why are you doing this? Even the censorship shit, I don't like it. It's like you made a platform. On people's backs, YouTube.
Yeah.
On people's back, on their emotional labor.
Yes.
And Twitch too. No respect. And to do it to DrDisrespect too. He should be disrespecting people, not you, man. That's so rude. It's too much.
Hang on.
And Joe Rogan, I think is gonna be I think it's an honest mistake. I think some psychos at Spotify, like the Twitch psychos, who got rid of DrDisrespect. I think there's someone at Spotify who's like, just don't put the conservative ones. Just don't put the conservative ones. Leave out the Ben Shapiro. Not a good look. And then he's going to be like, hey, idiots. That's not what we agreed on. And I think they'll put it back. That's what I'm guessing.